Welcome into another SR51 Media Show. I am your host, Saul Aries. It's been a while. Welcome back. Basically, to give you a start off from the tip so we can address a couple things. Nothing major. Just basically, why there was a gap there. So I did a good amount of work here. You know how it is, putting up for the bread and all that. And I had an amazing vacation. So all of that took place over the past couple of weeks. And what I'm going to try to do in the future is when I have things coming up like vacations or long periods, I'm going to try to get content out regardless. Now, it may not be my normal 4 to 5 hour content, but I may start to play with 20 and 30-minute content. So that way there's at least possibly content every day. I'm going to try to shoot for at least every day or every other day where there's, some sort of content in the maybe 20 or 30-minute fashion, or maybe shorter. I don't want to say what the time limit is going to be, and then you're like, well, he told me it was going to be an hour and stuff like that. I'm like, I normally go for like 4 or 5 hours, 8 hours, stuff like that. But with my work schedule changing up, and to tell you the truth, with the holidays approaching, we all know we in these lines, we in these work lines and stuff like that. I'm not reminding you of it. You just know what we are. Anybody out there listening and stuff like that. A lot of games are about to come out. So one of the things I wanted to address just off top was, yes, I was pissed when Xbox servers went down. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that, when the servers went down, that I was just in my house and everything was fine and it was okay. No, nigga, no. I wanted to play Madden. I wanted to play Assassin's Creed. I wanted to play Titanfall. I wanted to do what we normally do. And I had time off. That's the wild part about it. I had some time to basically be able to play, and the servers went down. Now, the first day it went down, I happened to luckily be out with family and friends, so I didn't really get affected by it. But the second day I did. And in general, I look at it like, look, signals and stuff like that. Hold on real quick. I'm going to grab some water. Cottonmouth strikes again. Signals and stuff like that go out sometimes. Okay. If we look at the track record of Xbox just so far starting this year, I think this is the first time that that's happened, period. Now, it's not okay. Okay, it's not something that I'm like, oh, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Like, no, it was messed up, but I understand that, every now and again there's going to be some hiccups in the system. Hopefully we don't see it again. Now, one of the things I hope doesn't happen is that, nothing goes wrong when the new games come out this holiday season, because I'm trying to be on it. Just putting some of the games out there that I'm going to try to be there day one for. The new Madden 23, NBA 2K 23, the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter style. So, but just some of the games I'm going to try to be there for, you got to put in that, time to job at the same time too. So just to address that, basically, yes, I was upset, but I do understand at the same time. So it's 50-50, outside of that, there was one or two other things. I'm trying to remember. If I don't remember, I'm just going to cut them. I was going to try to create a team. You might have saw me. What's been going on is I've been recording content sometimes and basically uploading it after the fact, right? Like, okay, I'm going to basically record and put something up. I think that that's a good option as well to keep content going, because not all the time can I get a full stream show going live and stuff like that. But where we are now, if you've been watching the streams, is we were in the franchise mode of Madden. Now, I wanted to try to create a team or a franchise in NBA 2K, but then I kind of changed my mind because of the fact that basically it was not to say too complicated, but I don't know. I just so used to playing my career, and when my file got lost, I was like, I don't want to even necessarily have to. I don't want to have to restart to begin with, So I was like, I may sit this one out until the new Matt 2K comes out, and then just start fresh from there, So where we are now is off-season free agency 2. Okay, so let's go to sign free agents, see who I signed. Get my negotiations. There we go, my signings. Okay, so I got Bryce Calhoun, Kahir Willis, Scotty Miller, Jason Verrett, Irish Smith, Antonio Brown, Terry Cohen, Marquise Golan, Bernard McHenry. Oh, let me turn the TV down so there's no echo in your ear. Volume up in the headset a bit. Okay, so this is where I put team funds back into the team. Let me take a look at team salaries to see who's going. Okay, so Jalen Hurts is due this year for a contract. Nobody else in the halfback room. Richard from the fullback room. Nobody else from the wide receiver. Antonio Brown and Quez Watkins from the wide receiver. Nobody from the tight end. Nobody from the left tackle. Left guard, Runyon. Both centers, Jason Kelsey and Norwell. Kyle Long. J.J. Watt is due a contract. Shaq Thompson. Darius Big Play Slay Jr. Okay. So, how many draft picks do we have? One that's the fifth. 1 second. Okay, so we have one in the fifth. Let's see some of these contracts, some of the people we got. I think I signed the Honey Badger to like a 6-year contract, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's on a 4 years remaining on a 6-year contract. And then at the middle linebacker position, Bobby Wagner and Levante David are both due contracts next year. Our edge rusher Smith is 6 points below Shaq Thompson. But also, we don't have to have the same allegiances and the same team that the Philadelphia Eagles have, because basically, if I had to see it correctly, this isn't the Philadelphia Eagles. This is the San Diego Redwoods. Aren't we in San Diego? Yeah, let me make sure. It says San Diego. Let me see. So yeah, Sacramento Redwoods. I'm like San Diego, Sacramento Redwoods. And then I could put in for a change of scenery, team-wise, but green for the same logo, SR51 Media. You know how it goes. Got to keep that green going. I'm not really gonna trade anybody, move anybody around. Now, there's some people, because I look at it like we kind of have a Super Bowl team. What do you call Matt Ryan? Matt Ryan's gonna cost us a little bit to keep around, but I think it's still good having him on the bench. These guys can be traded. See if we can get a good pick. Oh, they got round 1-1, huh? No, they ain't got no interest for no round 1-1. What about 233? I'm trying to get some picks. I ain't got nothing between the third round. I'm trying to pull a Howie. Oh. And the fourth. Fifth. Probably going to end up being a sixth. Alright. We got a pick for him, period. Okay, in the fullback room, everybody's cool. Wide receiver. Oh, gotta back up. Hope the Seahawks out. No, actually, that ended up being our rivals right there. I'll go with the Bengals. Alright, got something for him. Brian Poole, I know can play. Okay, I want to get James Bradbury from them. So, let's see. Which is on contract here. Okay. Give Richards and 7th. We got James Bradbury, the boy the Eagles picked up today. So that's cool. So you can make some trades. outside of that, got a little bit of money left. See what free agents look like. Aaron Rodgers is out there, but Jalen Hurts is in a contract year. He wants $33 million for 1 year to play 1 year. If he plays somewhere else, basically. Jimmy Garoppolo. Excuse me. I think myself that we're probably good on quarterback with Jalen Hurts, Matt Ryan, and our rookie who's coming around a little bit. Halfback, we're definitely good. We got 3 superstars. Fullback is where we could use to add somebody. Seeing as how we just got rid of Richard. Just want to run the list. Make sure there's no hidden or new ones. Okay, so Andy Janovich. He's greenlit. He's not. He's blocking. He's younger. Andy Janovich. See what he got. Lead block, speed, run block, pass, strength, acceleration, trucking, carrying, stiff arm, high motor, tense, fights for yards, fall cut, hits, covers the ball, high motor, balance tendency. Number 3, fullback in the league. So he's right behind Richard, putting him in the top 10 of all fullbacks. And he has a 74% morale, which is giving a boost to his overall +1. Yeah, let's work something out, dude. Let's do a, because you only want a certain amount of money. Let's do a 3-year. Because we got, that way we can lock that position up for a while. See what he feels about that. At the wide receiver, I think we got a good amount of people. We put Marvin Jones Jr. now. Randall Cobb now. I think we good. We pretty good there with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Julio Jones and everybody else. And Antonio Brown and everybody else lining up. Tight end, we definitely good. Left tackle. Nobody really like that. Guard. Center. This is where the draft would come in, so we would have to move some people because free agency didn't really. We got J.J. Watt and them 2 dudes, and we got me and Fletcher Cox. And then right in you got Josh Sweat and Tuck behind him. So our rookie, well, I can't call him a rookie anymore, but our backup is better than him. There's no point in signing him. Steven Nelson's out there. Nobody offered him a contract. I know he can play. I've seen him play. Zone coverage is a little bit down, but that could be picked up during the year. Let's do a 2-year. We got backup at the free safety and backup at the strong safety. Jake Elliott's the man at kicker. Also, just to let you know ahead of time, we can put it in the chat. So that way it was put in the chat and no one can say I didn't write it. Oh. 1 second. So there's winds going on, heavy winds and stuff like that going on, and there might be rain later. So if the stream drops out or something like that, there will be others. This isn't the only one for like forever or something like that. There'll be other content coming. I'm tempted to bring Young Wick Who on, but I got Jake Elliott, and I think that I'm gonna stick with Jake. Go ahead and stick with Jake. You're on a 6-year. We could have two. Punter, Jake Fox. What is it, Jack? Let me see. Make sure I ain't been around in a while. We won a Super Bowl together too. Jack, yeah, that's what I said before we got here. Jack. I was like, ain't it Jack? I didn't want to call him wrong and call him something else. So out of all these dudes, I think those are the negotiations I want to get. The fullback and the cornerback, Steven Nelson, Andy and Steven Nelson. And then we'll look to see what we want to do at draft picks. We advance another day. Contract accepted by Nelson. Contract accepted by Andy. Upgrade players is out. Marius Sims. Superstar wide receiver. Deep threat. See, where does he come in at the depth chart? Demarius Sims, yeah. And Pharrell and DJ Clark and Devontae Smith and Julio Jones. And we still got Antonio Brown and Quez Watkins on the bench in case something happened. Yeah, the offense is lit. Offense, when I say lit, I mean like this. Actually, I shouldn't say lit. I want to say the offense is great. This is a very great offense right here. Like when you look at it, it's a Super Bowl winning offense coming in off a perfect season, with new weapons from free agency. So I don't want to trade too many people unless there's people behind them that can do their job, better. Or, because money-wise, too, a lot of this stuff is basically going to be a lot of this stuff. Let me see. Are they going to show me re-sign players yet? Okay, so they're showing me re-sign players. So J.J. Watt wants $10 million a year, which will break down to like $20 million for 2 years. James Bradbury wants probably somewhere around $10 million. He's willing to negotiate in week 1, so is J.J. Watt. Antonio Brown wants $6 million for 1 year. He wants to negotiate in week 1. And Matt Ryan wants $7 million a year. He wants to negotiate in week 16. So let's take a look. Bradbury, I'm going to keep around, possibly. And Antonio Brown, definitely. Antonio's going to be back for his contract. But with JJ, let's take a look around and see what the depth chart look like and where he's going to fit in. So left end, we got Brandon Graham. No, Brandon Graham. I think Brandon Graham retired on me. Let me see. Yeah, he retired on me because I would have resigned him. So J.J. Watt would be an 87. Josh Sweat's an 88. So he has the X Factor ability to him, right? That basically cuts on during a game. Oh, excuse me. He has the X Factor ability, which cuts on during a game, right? But at the same time, we have Brian Tuck, who's an 80 and only 7 points below, right? Left end, we have Brian Burns, but nobody behind Burns. Now, if you wanted to say that J.J. Watt is going to be the backup to Burns, I understand that, right? Or possibly on a rush come in, because if you look at the left and the right end rush, let's see what that would look like. Rush left would be Burns. Rush right would be Sweat at 83, but J.J. would do it at 87. So maybe on the rush you bring in J.J. Watt, and now he has a place on the team, right? Justifying it. On a cornerback position, right? Come over here. On a cornerback position, Xavier Howard plays amazing, right? Darius Slay's up for contract. He's going to get whatever he wants, right? Patrick Surtain II is going to be due up for a contract at a period of time, and you got to keep in mind that in 2 years he's a rookie. So that money that is, going to be $60 million or $70 million or something like that is going to have to come from the team, right? And you have Bryce Calhoun, who has a couple more years on him, but basically plays zone better than him and man less than him, right? So if you were to move Patrick Surtain back to the Broncos, you probably can get a first-round pick for him, right? This is where we can... Okay, we back. So if you move Patrick Surtain back to the Broncos, you probably can get a first-round pick for him moving him back, right? Avoiding yourself like $60 to $80 million and pushing that money further down the hill if you pick up a good cornerback or somebody like that in the draft or something, right? And then Bradbury's coming in, right? His morale is down, but he's coming from a trade standpoint, so his morale will probably go up as time goes on. You got Asante Samuel Jr. riding the bench, and you got Devontae Maggs riding the bench. Both of them could be moved up to starting positions over Calhoun or Bradbury, depending on how you want to go about it. But if you move Patrick Surtain back to the Broncos, if I was, to do that type thing, that's a first-round pick right there. As far as the safety goes, when you go to the whole NFL, right? Excuse me. I can't go to it from this menu. But if you would see that Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badgers rated up there pretty good, right? So there's no point in saying that you're going to move him, but because he's on like a 6-year contract. Bobby Wagner's in the contract, and so is Levante David. Because they're older and they've been in the league a while, you might be able to get them for contracts that we can afford because of the money. Excuse me, let me get some water. Because of the money that we put up during the off season. This is why I recommend turning off the salary cap and then injecting some money into the team depending on how much you win. Come up with a system for yourself. If you win if you make the playoffs, you get a certain amount of money. If you get to this point, you make a certain amount of money. If you get to the conference, you get this amount of money. If you win the Super Bowl, you win this amount of money. That way the game continues to be fresh. When you're working with that, to me, when you're working inside that salary cap standpoint where it's like, oh, you can only make these amount of moves and this amount of players and da-da-da-da, it's like you can't load up. I faced some teams that got some people where I'm like, damn, they got, where'd they get this rookie from? Or where'd they get that guy? Where I'm coming from is now I realize that you can't have everybody, you can't have everybody on the team at all times. So that's why I figured, and to make it more challenging too, that way they're not deprived of players. So let's see, we won the Super Bowl, everybody's cool, right? And you wouldn't ship them off nowhere bad. But let's see if I gave Patrick Surtain back to the Broncos. Do they have a first-round pick? They have number 124. So I would want a first round this year and then first round next year. That's what I feel as though Patrick Surtain as a superstar zone dude, I feel as though that's what he's worth, right? A first round this year and a first round next year. They have an issue with that. Okay, now I'm a little bit surprised about that because I feel as though that's what I feel as though Pat is worth. Now I could see a first round this year. I can see because I need a left guard, huh? Who you have at left guard? Dalton Reisner. Yeah, I've seen him before. I've had him on the team before, I think. Very good stats. 60 morale, number 6 ranked left guard in the league. I can see Dalton Reisner in the first round pick. And they have an issue with that. Okay. Let's see. They're looking for a middle linebacker, huh? There's nobody in middle I can give you. Nobody left. What I can do is I can throw in these other the menu. But you know what? I might be able to work a contract out because I did this. I remember one time when we had a franchise going and I got rid of these dudes before I had to get rid of them type thing. But it depends on, to me, it depended on the money because I remember I signed Patrick Surtain, and I think Patrick Surtain wanted like $60 million or something like that to come back for a long period of time. But what I'm starting to learn is, just watching the offseason, this offseason and a lot of off seasons that I watched previously, basically these dudes cost a lot of money because that's what they're worth. When you come into, just let me see, before I make this trade, because I don't think that's a good trade to go ahead and make and break apart a Super Bowl team. You try to keep, especially when you're winning, you try to keep a Super Bowl team together as long as you can. So when you come into cornerbacks, Patrick's been in the league 2 years, right? He's 23 years old. Everybody else is 32, 30, 31, 30. Then it's Avonte Maddox, Asante Samuel Jr., and Frank Spears, right? This is the future of the team if these guys retire. If I get rid of Patrick, yeah, it's probably not worth it. I'll just take my first round pick in 5 and move on from that. Okay, scouting and private workouts. Okay, private workouts. So let's do I have 11 active cornerbacks, 3 are required, so we're gonna have to cut down. Probably gonna do some cutting down. Kicker is a C. Could be more. 10 active wide receivers. I'm definitely going to have to cut down on that. If I sign J.J. Watt back, I might not need a right end or a left end from the draft. But I have number 5, and this is top 5 right here. Wide receiver and a left end, quarterback, and a quarterback. So let me see that left end for a workout, private workout. Pause. And this right end and this left guard, right guard. Those are the 3 I'm going to see. Yeah, so but I would like to see them play with Russell Wilson. So, and a first round pick would be nice to see if we can. What pick do they have? What pick does the Broncos have at number 1? They got Russell Wilson down to 124. So, yeah, I could see sending Pat over there and then sending Asante back, because we got a lot of other dudes that can play the position as well, and I want to keep it challenging. Okay, so Patrick Surtain for the first. Dalton Reisner is like a starting left guard, so I'm not gonna assume that they would hand him over. Draymond Jones, 61 morale, which will help him rank up. 18 ranked left end, bull rush, swim move. 4 years at Ohio State. About a first round pick and Draymond Jones. Well, for all that, how far was we on this and Reisner? How about they need a cornerback. Let's wait till the contract here and see what happens. We can always trade in a draft. And then let me see free agents. Put an offer with Younghoe Koo, and then I'll make room for both of them. That way I got Jake the Snake and Younghoe Koo just in case something happened. Manage staff. We have some points. Okay, we got 25 points. Let's see, what could we use? Awareness for offensive linemen would be 10, and then the strength rating would be after that for the offensive lineman. That would be nice. And then defense, price for cornerbacks and the rest of this stuff filled out would be nice as well. I don't really need that much player contracts. So let's do offensive lineman awareness. And then this is 30. I gotta highlight my franchise staff. All right, so let me double check free agency. Aaron Rodgers wants how much? 30-something million just to sit on the bench, just in case something happens. No, I like Matt Ryan. Aaron Rodgers is like, that's way too much money to pay one person. We can carry that 30 million and maybe catch some players that get tossed up during the year that how much is Boston want? All right. For D4 the contract as well. How many D tackles do I have? Oh, I got DeAndre Wilkins, Javon Hargrave. I don't need him. Oh, his morale's 33. That's affecting his play right there. I don't know if it's because he's been a free agent been a free agent for a long while or what. Accepted the contracts. Looking to see if there was no superstar free safeties or strong safeties to come out of college. What about free safeties? This is what I'm thinking. Let me see what the college draft gonna look like. No strong safeties. One free safety. He doesn't have really good stats. Like that. If I was to necessarily trade the Honey Badger to the Saints, if I was to do that, the question is, who would play his position number one? That's the first thing we would have to look at. Let me see something. There's a 96, Xavier Howard, Kasepa, Darius Slay, Bradbury. And there's no free safeties coming out right now. And he's under contract for like 5 or 6 years. If I put him on the Saints, who does the Saints have? CJ Gardner-Johnson. Let me see. Does he still play for them? Let me see, because why would they sign... He's a safety in New Orleans. Okay, what about... So New Orleans has CJ and Tyrann Mathieu on it. So that would be pretty challenging to play both of them with them there. And I'm pretty sure they would give me a first-round pick for Tyrann Mathieu, and then we could, what we could do is, we could put Anthony Harris back to his strong safety position and let him play it, or, let me see, or we could bring, we could bring Anthony Harris over and let him play over top. Because that's a first round pick that we can use to strengthen the team. and he wanted to go home. I remember he told the Eagles that he wanted to go home. He wanted to play for the Saints. So if the Saints have both of them, it'd be nice to keep things updated. You know, that way when we play in these teams, it's even harder to play them. So I would want a first-round pick from this year, first-round pick from next year, and not that guy. Eric McCoy. He has a low morale, but I think we can get that morale up. Eric McCoy for Tyrann Mathieu. They have a low percentage. Okay, so I believe the 2 first stand. I'm not going to change that. But you're looking for a tight end. Okay, so let's see. What can I do for you? What about this guy? Irv Smith. Not really looking to get rid of him. He's kind of like our just in case dude. Put D Ford in there. Let's see. Eric McCoy. Yeah, see, it's them 2 first-round picks. They don't want to give up them 2 first-round picks. So they don't even regard them. They don't even regard them the way they regard them in real life. But let's say center. I don't know. Let's just do first-round pick and a second this year. And I'll put in a 6th. And a 7th. First round pick this year, number 4. Second round pick next year, number 36. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, we got a problem with that as well. I have it on record that I'm trying to trade this dude back to the Saints. Or he said he wanted to go home and play, but I think it's a money thing with them. I mean, he's locked up on a contract. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I got him on contract. I remember signing him for like 6 years. Yeah, it was a very nice contract, about $5 or $6 million a year. It came out to about $40 million. He's been in the league 10 years, so he would have been playing 14 years by the time that contract runs out. I outbid the Saints. So if they don't want to take him back, hey, that's not my problem. Same thing with the Denver Broncos. But I think that what we can do is wait until we get to the point to see what their contract is before we ship them out. We're just going to go with the one, number 5. Oh, and then that's what it was, JJ. Well, no, JJ can bring the rush. That's why I traded him, picked him up in free agent. I don't know whether I picked him up in free agent or traded him, but I know I picked him up. So we got a number 5 pick. We just don't have a lot of other picks around that. All right. Let's start the NFL draft.
Okay, the Bears are on the clock now.
Bears are number 1. Who they gonna select?
All right, on the clock now, the Lions.
They took a wide receiver. Bears and Lions are next.
Okay, the Jaguars are now on the clock.
They took a left end. Okay, I think I was looking at was it the left end I was looking at? No, I think I was. Who was I looking at?
Okay, it's the Saints now on the clock.
He took a quarterback.
Now on the clock, the Redwoods.
Okay, pause the draft. Make the selection. Pick player. They took all the top 5 talents and top 4. That's what I thought they was going after. 90 completion on this right end over here. Damn, he was 3rd and 1st in a lot of stuff. He got his acceleration is great, agility is elite, change of direction is good, jumping is great, speed is great, strength is solid. 3rd and 40-yard dash, 3rd and bench, 3rd and vertical, 2nd and board, 1st and 3 cone, 1st and 20-yard shuttle. See his skills: awareness, block shedding is C, finesse moves is B, tackle is A, power moves is C, play recognition is A. Always looks for massive hits, loves to use a spin counter move, allows him to swim after move, swim arm over move, uses speed to power to bull rush blockers. Motor is always running hot, often looks to rip the ball away from runners, typically avoids getting flagged. Now this dude is ranked, he's like number 3, he's like right behind the quarterbacks, he's a scheme fit, and we've drafted him, we've scouted him 90%, he's a speed rusher. And just looking around here, okay, there's another guy, a right guard, 100%, we've scouted him. Motor's always running hot, known to attract flags, and he's not in the top 5 of anything that he qualified for. So just looking through this round 1 talent to see where the completions was. Okay, our wide receiver, deep threat, catching traffic, 1st and 2nd and 7th and some stuff. He looks like he might be pretty good, but we're kind of solid at wide receiver so far. I think I'm going to stick with the draft board. I think I'm not going to go against the draft board. I think I'm going to stick with the draft board, and I'm going to draft this boy, Joe DeLuca.
On the clock now, it's
so I'm talking about hidden left end, you know. Might be able to put him into some scheme fits, get him to work on the field, get him some work, you know, but that's what's up. That's what's up. Hidden. Oh, I didn't get to see all his skills. Hold on. Damn, I didn't get to see who I drafted. Man, I don't draft again to the 6th round. Let's jump ahead. Got a nice hidden left in there.
Now on the clock, the Redwoods.
Okay, make selection. Who's left over in the 6th round that shouldn't be there? 2nd and 3rd round talent. What? Really? At wide receiver? What's wrong with him? Oh, his catching traffic is F. His release is F. He's known to attract flags. Why are they talking about he need to come? Oh, the clock is running. Oh. His catching traffic is F. His catching is C. Deep route is D. Release is F. Known to attract flags. He's a wide receiver. Great acceleration, great agility. First and 3 cone shuttle, 8th and 20-yard shuttle, 40-yard dash, 29th. What's the skills look like? Ball carrier vision. Whoa. A lot of C's, D's, and F's here. Yeah. I'm not going to roll that dice. But just right outside linebacker. I can always push him to the left. And he did qualify in first in a lot of stuff. Second, fourth. So he's like a top 10 talent at right outside linebacker. So man coverage is still hitting. His pursuit is B, which is nice. Hit power is F, which is a problem. You want him to be able to hit. But his tackle is still hitting. And it's in the 6th round. And they say he should have went in the 2nd and 3rd. There's a left tackle that we've got a 65%. He's 6'7", the 3rd and the 4th. At right outside linebacker, we have 2 active, 1 required, and we're going into a contract year with Shaq Thompson. So I think I'm going to go with the right outside linebacker that should have been drafted in the 2nd and 3rd round, because he's in like 1st and 2nd and 3rd on a lot of stuff, and you're getting him in like the 6th round. So
On the clock now, it's the Rams, and time is ticking.
yeah, he looked like he got some good stats to him.
Now on the clock, the Redwoods.
On the left tackle, I wanted to sell out there. Yeah, pick him up.
Okay, it's the Bucks now on the clock.
It's a good pickup with the left end, I feel, and the other dudes that we can work on if they don't get traded during the regular season. Okay, advance a week. Hire and assign scouts. Okay, scouts. We have 3 on wide receiver, 2 on left tackle and right tackle. Just thinking about the team and how it's set up. I think it's pretty cool doing it that way. I think the scouts are choosing good people. We're getting good wide receivers. I think going into this draft, I didn't feel like there was something I didn't know or something like that, you know. Now, what we could do is maybe let go of Rodney, this scout, the center scout, right? And then replace him with maybe if there's one out there. I was looking for a left outside linebacker and a right outside linebacker scout, but they're not there. So let's do free safety and strong safety. Now we got a free safety, strong safety, assign them the Northeast. The number one thing we're looking for is wide receivers. And then Number 2 is left tackles and right tackles. And then we're looking for cornerbacks, left guards, right guards, and free safeties and strong safeties. Because Tyrann Mathieu has been in the game like 10 years. He might retire on me this year. You never know. And then I was trying to make a trade to him for the Saints, but they didn't want to do it at the time. So let's see what they're working with picks-wise now that the draft is over. So they're gonna have number 4. So I would say I'll trade him for a first-round pick and a second-round pick this year. And you can have Tyrann Mathieu. Okay, so maybe it's the second-round pick this year. So let's move the second-round pick to next year. Okay, they have a problem with that. Okay, so let's move the second-round pick up to, they have a 4th. I'll take a 4th. How about a second next year? Third next year. So they kind of want to go with just a first round pick. It looks like they don't want to go with multiple picks. I'm gonna be lacking a safety here, so how about Shaquille Foster? And he now goes to the Saints. Defense might come down a bit, which is understandable. See, defense is now 88 instead of 90, which is understandable. But if I'm not mistaken, we now have their first round pick, which is 32 and 4, right? Oh, hold on. My earphones in my ear. We now have, hold on. Okay. We now have their first round pick and our first round pick coming in. We have theirs in, it says 24, so we have their first round pick where we didn't have a first round pick coming, and we have another first round pick in 25 and a second, third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth. So we have a first round pick for this year coming from Tyrann Mathieu, and they can play with him and stuff like that. So what I have to do is I have to go onto the roster, change Anthony Harris. Change Anthony Harris back to a strong safety. And then he's going to play opposite of, or Career Williams, one of the others, going to play opposite of Diggs. And then this is the time where I like to swoop in on players that were taken in the draft to see if any of them light anything up. See, he's on the Saints now, so they have 2 strong safeties. They'll figure it out. Hidden. Here we go. See, hidden, strong safety. Zones down, tackles down, but he's run support. You bring him in as a linebacker. It's acceleration, hit power, pursuit, right? So let's trade for him. They're looking for a strong safety themselves. I can give you Justin Griffin. Okay, no interest in him. How about these three guys? No interest in them. Excuse me. How about we just do it like this? I could see him being worth. Let's start with a fifth. They got high value for him. Jump to a fourth. Okay, try a third. Try a second. Got him for a second rounder. So now we got a strong safety that's hidden that we can put in to the offense without actually having to play the numbers game. Because I just didn't like how Tyrann Mathieu, like, he went home, which is understandable, to play with his home team. But I wanted him to come to the Eagles. And they were kind of like chopping it up online about it happening. And then he kind of went somewhere else. So I was like, all right, so he a rookie, right? So bring him in from the rip. Let's get the, because I'm not going to play the preseason. So let's get the team together. All right. Jalen Hurts starting. Miles Sanders, Najee Harris, and then we got John Thomas. So Miles is the major runner. Najee's power, and then Thomas is behind him. Fullback. Wide receiver. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, D.J. Chark, Demarius Sims, Farrell, and Julio Jones. Dallas got a T.J. Hawkinson. Switch that up. I feel like putting players on teams is getting a preview of what they're going to be like next year or two. Who did Bobby Wagner go to? I was going to put him on his team too. And then bring in Bobby Okor and TJ Edwards and work on the youth. Let me see. Where did Bobby Wagner go to? The Rams. Okay. So let's ship him and David back to the Broncos, and I think I'm gonna move forward with Bobby or maybe T.J. Edwards being the middle linebacker. Just cause like Bobby and them are coming up on like 11 or so years in the league. Like I don't even think Darius Slay's just coming up on 10. So and then it'll be challenging to play the Rams with Bobby Wagner there and Levante David and the Buccaneers with Tom Brady. So let's see what the Rams have. See if they got any All right, so let's go picks. Don't put first round pick. They got a first round pick next year. I'll take a first, a second, and a third this year. For Bobby Wagner. I don't know, 1, 2. All right, I'll take the third off the table. Giving me that first round pick though. What? I'll keep him. Same thing with Tyrann Mathieu. These dudes, like, I bet you if I reversed that trade, they probably wouldn't even go along with it, but they were so dead set on not handing them over, let me say. I bet you they wouldn't even go along with it if I reversed that, y'all. Oh, they did? Man, I'm keeping Tyrann Mathieu. Making my team super over here. Y'all don't believe in these old dudes. I believe in these older dudes. Cut one player. Really? Yeah, you can cut this dude. And cut that guy to go to the preseason. I'd rather keep Tyrann Mathieu and Bobby Wagner and all these dudes that got over preseason. They don't want to hand them over. Okay, so now that we're keeping everybody, we're gonna do cornerback Jalen Hurts, Ryan behind him. Wide receivers are set up nice. Tight ends. Left tackle, guard. Reward some players that's been doing well. And we got Tyron back. We don't have to worry about topside. I'm going to keep Jake Elliott on the squad, but I think I might let Young Wei Koo take things over just because of his, what they have? He has, Jake has more kick actually. Either way, we'll work out. They both on the team. I want to carry 2 kickers. Third down running back is going to be Miles Sanders or maybe Jonah Thomas, the new bull, or Najee Harris. Power will be Najee Harris. Slot wide receiver will be the slot wide receiver can be TJ Hawkinson. And but then Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, they got it on lock. Rush left end will be Burns. Rush right end will be J.J. Watt because he plays the position a little bit better. Rush defensive tackle will be Fletcher Coxon and me. Sub linebacker will be Bobby Wagner. Shaq Thompson, Levante David. Slot cornerback will be Patrick Surtain. Bryce Calhoun, move Levante Maddox up. Alright. That'll be the team for the preseason. I'm pretty sure they won't play everybody from the preseason at all. So advance a week. See how the team did. Oh, 1-0. That's great. 22 upgrade players. Have some upgrades available. DJ Chark starting the year off with an upgrade. Oh, cool. Where is he at? DJ is a superstar now. 5 years in the league. He is 26 years old. Deep threat. I wouldn't mind seeing my Eagles pick him up. I was rooting for him to pick him up. We got A.J. Brown, but hey, you can keep going. You don't have to stop. If you got the capacity to do it, if you can work out the deals. Kyle Long getting an upgrade. Hopefully he can go to Greenlit. Only 73. Penny Swell getting ready regular season ready. Agile, almost 90. All right, good first season game. Go up against the Chiefs. Revenge game for Tyrann Mathieu. Okay, simulate the week. And we won 2-0. All right, upgrade the players. Dalvin Johnson, the wide receiver. He is a normal. I'll put it on physical. One second. Matt Ryan. Let's put this on field general. Devontae Smith had an injury, but he's back again. DJ Chark had an injury, but he's back again. Good thing we deep at wide receiver. We almost got enough staff points for the upgrade. They jump another week. Cut 22 players. Upgrade players. So a lot of upgrades this time around. Miles Sanders. Elusive. J.J. Watt. Let's put this on Power Rusher. Cornerback Doug McGee. Put this on Man. Demarius Sims, the new wide receiver. Put this on Deep Threat. Najee Harris, put this on Power. And then the cut 22 players thing. Let's see who's available in free agency this year from being cut. Melvin Gordon, kicker, halfback. Rob is out there. Kyle Fuller, Ryan Poole. I had Poole before. I might make room for him. Let's see if we can make some room. Zach Ertz is out there. Who's on the trade block? See if I have somebody here that can pull off a trade with Gus Edwards. They're trying to get a massive trade out of him. All right, time to trade some players. Got a green from the Bengals, green from the Broncos. Send them off to the Broncos. Broncos hitting kind of low. Let's see if the Niners want them. Nope. How about the Bengals? Well, if I'm going to go 6 round, I might as well go 6 round on the Broncos and hand them over. Okay, so making some deals here. One second. All right, Douglas McGee. Griffin. Foster. Just looking through what positions for carrying too many or anything like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide receivers. I may trade Irv. D Ford. Westbrook. Bryce Calhoun. Yeah, we can make some trades. I see some people we can make some trades on. Gotta look for a team. Oh, Bengals looking for a tight end. Gotta cut some people. D4 I know is definitely gone. Let's start with the people we know is definitely gone. Looking like it's going to be the Jags. Had to take a shot at him. Yeah, 65, gotta get to 53. That'll be at AJ Brown. Trying to see any wide receivers. No, I like Quez. I like all the wide receivers we have. And we did see two of the wide receivers, our top wide receivers, get hurt for a period of time in the playoffs. Irv Smith. See if we can work around that. I think you could pull off Avante David, but if I traded Bobby Wagner to the Rams, it'd be something different. But I really don't want to do that. Let's trade Steven Nelson and Brian Poole. It's going to be the Broncos. Now I got a second round pick this year. Still got to cut 10 players. You now have a first round pick in this year's draft. I think Bobby Okor is strong enough to take over the starting position, but then we would lose them to unshuffle, so I don't think I'm going to move them. I think Asante Samuel Jr. and Patrick Surtain are going to cost me like $60 million when their contracts come up, but they look like they might be the future, so I don't know if I want to move them. Kayvon Wallace is costing me more than Tyrann Mathieu, and that's not okay, and Anthony Harris, so we can trade him. I'm gonna cut the good ones. See what I recommend in cuts. Forrest Spears strong. He has very strong zone coverage, but his man coverage is low. And then he flipped to Asante Samuel Jr. I'm gonna have to pay Asante Samuel Jr. soon. This is the difficult part. Right before the season, every season, this is the difficult part because you have to make some tough decisions. Have to make some tough calls. Who's the number one ranked fullback in the league right now? I have to look that up. Kyle's still number one, and then Richard's number two, and then Andy. I trade these 9 players. So let's try to set ourselves up for the year. That's what we really need, is a quarterback behind Jalen Hurts just in case something happens. Ooh, hidden. Pretty good stats. Let me see where DJ went, because I remember DJ left to somewhere. The Eagles was trying to get him to come over. Or he went to the Lions. Okay. Let's see about if the Lions will come up off of a first round pick for him. Oh, the Lions have some good people too. I got T.J. Hawkinson. Oh, how about him for Frank? I would do that. Straight up. Oh, they don't even see that as something they would do. Okay, then how about for a first round pick and a second round pick? Or really, I feel as though 2 firsts. All right, how about this first and this second? First from this year, third from next year. First from this year, fourth from next year. First straight up. Let's see who else they have on the team. Maybe we can work some stuff out. Who they got at quarterback? Oh, this quarterback. Yeah, how about this quarterback and the first? Players, man. I got all the players I wanted to get, and now I'm over by a certain amount. Go John Runyon and Kyle Long and Williams. And now I have 2 first-round picks in this next year's coming draft. We're down to cut 7 players. Moving along nicely. Man, it's about to be a bad trade. Okay, so getting back to should have moving people. 7 left. Now Ryan costing me $8 million to keep around. See if the Rams would give us their first round pick. Because then we'll be loading up on first round picks. They don't have a first round pick this year. First and a second and a third this year for Bobby Wagner. Take away the third. First in 2025. I ain't giving them to you. I think Okor is nice, but TJ Edwards isn't far behind him, and he's being paid like $9 million. It was a good contract to sign him. He's a star, 4 years, field general. He has some very good stats. He could step in if something was to happen to Bobby Wagner and what's the name? But I gotta look at price. Just like some would say, you know, they say a player has lost a step. Xavier Howard, I don't think he's lost a step. But I gotta make some tough calls. So let's do Kyle Long. DJ Chark Jr. Well, not DJ. Matt Ryan. and Bobby Okoye. Okay, we're getting green light from Bobby. Let's see if we get that from the 49ers. Got a green light from the 49ers. Working out this trade right now. How many players is left to cut? 7? Alright, so this is what we could do. Um, seven left. Gotta make some tougher calls. Is he on a contract year? Let me see if DJ's on a contract year. How much is this? He's gonna be worth $10 million next year and $10 million the next year. So I'm looking at paying him $30 million over the next 3 years. I was going to send him to the Lions where he went in free agency. That way it was cool to go up against him. Kind of like a revenge game. But they didn't want to take him for the first round pick. All right, so clearly this is going to take a little bit more time, and I'm going to have to run through it a little bit more. But once I get it queued up, we will be back with this. Let me check the time. I think we've been going for a minute here, working through the free agencies and the drafts. Let me check. Yeah, we started about 2 hours ago, and like I said, I want to start doing more smaller content. Instead of doing such large content that you guys can't watch. This was the comeback stream. We got through the NFL draft, we got through free agency signings in the draft. We're now at preseason, and we got to cut 7 players, and then we'll be starting up the second year with the Sacramento Redwoods. So yeah, this is a good place to stop. I'm going to be putting some research in, and just to let you know, for anybody that's checking in, the comic still lives. I'm still looking at certain things about how I'm going to go about it, different ways that I'm looking at going about it, projects, where I want to put it, how I want to put it out, and things like that. I am still actively doing research. That's another reason why I'm stopping the stream a little bit early, so that way I can put in some research on that front. There's going to be times where I have to balance both if we're going to get them both done. So I want to thank everybody for coming in, watching the stream, supporting, liking, retweeting anything you see that has to do with SR51 Media. I just want to say thank you. You are greatly appreciated. And please come back often when the next stream goes live or when any content is posted. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't, if you're watching back on playback. And make sure to drop a like whenever you watch something on SR51 Media's YouTube channel. Of course, my Salt Aries SR51 Media, Salt Aries RPG SR51 Media YouTube channel. If you can, just drop a like on your way out. Drop a like when you're watching videos. Maybe retweet a tweet if you see it. Retweet a tweet if you've seen it. Like something on Facebook. Also, just to remind you, if you want to find other podcasts and other streams of content and stuff like that, and different product photos and all sorts of content, go over to www.sr51media.com. That's sr51media.com, my official brand website for us, the 51 Dynasties, to enjoy and have a connection with each other when it comes to this gaming world and comics and manga world. So expect more content. Also, there might be a SoundCloud that comes out, so make sure to check SoundCloud and come back often. Peace.